scarf. And my sandwich. Huh?
My lock.
No, good luck. That'll be very hard to get a key made for, Scott. Because it's a weird key. It's not a normal shaped key. You know, it doesn't.
Oh, I'm not gonna bother getting a blackboard because it's worth the whole of $1 and.
Well, if you had a couple of them put together, you could probably, like I said, you get $13, $14 for them, but curiosity more than anything else. And you may find a key somewhere. You never know if you know where it came from.
To me, you could throw it on eBay for $1 or something.
You know, it's not even worth doing that because it costs you 30 cents just to list it. Most of the time, you just got free listings that day.
You that broke, you want to sell a lock for $1?
Throw it in the, what do you call it? Throw it in the.
In the garbage, it's right there.
Throw it in the.
Throw it in scrap.
Throw it in the scrap, yeah. Throw it in the scrap pile.
Counts.
It ain't worth the brass that you're holding, apparently.
Well, you know, if it was old enough, like 1860, then it's...
With a key.
No, if it's that old, because they have a unique look to them, people will just like put them up on a wall or something. This is like something out of the Old West. But that's just a common 1950s lock, even 60s. They're not that old. There you go. All right. Till next week. Yep. Good night, Mike. Don't let the zombies bite.
Too cold for them.
But they're dead, Scott. Never too cold for them. Until they freeze, then you're safe for a little while.
Oh, speaking of which, my phone's in there.
Oh, you dumbass.
So you're gonna bring some oil down to us pretty soon.
Yeah.
That's good.
I almost put out his phone. That could have been dangerous.
Oh
Wouldn't
man.
have been his own phone, that's for sure. He wouldn't leave his own phone by in his fucking house. Bring it in the house.
Yeah, what you'll do to it, that's why. That phone would have disappeared years ago if it was up to you. Mustang sleeps. Hope you have a trickle charger on that battery. Oh, okay, I didn't even see it. That same one I use on my car. Did you have any food to take with you, Scott?
No.
Usually you have leftovers. Sometimes.
I was hungry tonight.
He didn't have any fucking
He
dessert.
hadn't been. He wasn't poisoned by anything tonight.
He didn't stop at cousins.
I was going to, I got distracted by a phone call.
Yeah, the phone call distracted you from food. Come on, Scott.
That never happens. Nuclear detonation on the horizon wouldn't stop you from stopping for a snack. Good night, Mike. Yep. Matter of fact, the zombie outbreak wouldn't stop you from stopping. Oh man, this is all ice. Oh shit. I do not want to go on my ass carrying all my food. That would upset me. Oh shit. Putting away the secret seatbelt tool there you forgot to take out before, huh? I have my gloves. Yes, I do.
What was it, 0 last night?
It was, yeah, it had to be close to that or even below it. Oh, you don't have a temperature gauge in this car, do you? I forgot about that. Yeah. I think it's in the teens tonight, maybe the 20s. I don't know.
It's not 0, it's more like 20 something. I'll tell you what the temp is right now.
This polar vortex crap keeps gonna keep us cold another damn week. Cannot catch a break.
$20.
20.
Yeah, as I say, they ain't no zero. Last 2 nights was fucking bitter.
Tell me about it.
How's Terry holding up on all this?
Well, she doesn't have to go to work or get up early or anything like that. She can stay inside all day, so I'm sure she's doing
Utilities
fine.
included?
Yeah, so I guess she's doing pretty good. The rest of us got to deal with this shit. I'm in the freaking shop every morning by 6:30, and it's cold. At least we got the damn waste oil heater fixed, and that's working okay through this. Hopefully this will be the last blast of this polar vortex crap.
Burn the waste oil?
Burned a lot of waste oil this year. Holy shit, we used a lot. Figured I would end this winter with a surplus. That's not going to happen. And we've brought in more oil besides. I just went to Frank's and picked up another 270 gallons of oil.
Waste oil or?
Waste oil. That'll be going in pretty soon too. This week I'll pretty much polish up what I got in the tank now.
It's not like it's going to be 60 degrees tomorrow. This ain't ending.
No. Well, we saw the weather report at Mike's house. It's 20s most of the week. It's not going to be warm until next weekend.
And even then.
Yeah, just for an hour or so in the daylight. I mean, it's March. It's got to start warming up soon. April is approaching. Then we'll get rid of this shit. Unless we're going to have another one of those damn winters where we literally get snow right into May. I remember that shit.
So did she have to report anything new?
No job, no prospects, same old shit. I wonder what's going on in the Ukrainian mess.
Oh God, are you watching that?
I've been watching it. It's pretty much the most serious shit we've seen on TV in a while.
Yeah.
And when was the last time the Soviets, I mean the Russians, decided to recall their ambassador? And it seems that Putin over there, he's got the carte blanche to do what he wants now. His parliament gave it to him. Use all the military force you need, do whatever you got to do.
So what's the problem over there?
You have a country with 2 different ethnic groups in it, basically. You have half the country which is more of European descent, or, you know, more connected to Europe than to Russia. And then you have the other half of the country which is mostly Russian. Sort of mixed in with others, and they're fighting over which country they're going to be closer to, Russia or the European Union. Now the nationalist side wants the European Union. And they opened the arsenals this morning and armed everybody. That's the opening gambit in what's probably going to be a vicious civil war that'll drag on for a while, unless the Russians decide to send in huge amounts of military force, in which case it's going to be a bloodbath on both sides. Because they're pretty well equally armed. You know? It all started years ago with Nikita Khrushchev. He attached, you know, the Crimean region, which is considered, you know, the birthplace of Russian culture, so to speak, and the location of Russia's largest naval base on the Black Sea. He attached it to the Ukrainian Republic of the USSR, bullshit, because when there was a USSR, there was absolutely no worries that that part of the world would ever not to be part of Russia. Obviously, it's, you know, but the breakup when 92 comes along, Ukraine becomes an independent country. That went with it because that was within its borders. That was part of their thing. The Russians have hated it ever since. They have the rights to the naval base there. You know, that's why they had boots on the ground there in the first place. But it was Ukrainian territory. The Crimea is part of Ukraine. Problem is that, you know, nobody wants to let these people fight their own civil war for them. The Russians want to ensure that it goes their way, so they're sending in troops. The European Union is probably going to do something to back the other side, who knows what, because they want access to Ukrainian natural resources and whatever. Yeah, well, you know. People are going to die. They've already died. A lot of people have already died. What the hell are we doing? Oh, the security guard. Yeah, there's been a lot of killing to get rid of that president they had over there, and he was a crooked son of a bitch. A Russian puppet, pretty much, I guess. And then, of course, Barack Obama opened his mouth, warning the Russians to not get involved, blah, 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 blah. You know, why would you say anything if you were not in a position to do anything? You know? What are you going to do? Are you going to send in the U.S. Marines to drive the Russians out of Ukraine? What does that lead to? A war with Russia? Really? They're still a nuclear power, in case anybody forgot that. So are we. And when does the first missile fly? When the tanks are 20 miles from Moscow? You know? And of course, there's always the possibility that Ukraine still has an odd nuclear weapon or two themselves. They were supposed to have given them back, but the Russians apparently have difficulty keeping track of their tens of thousands of nuclear warheads. So some of them apparently have slipped through the cracks. It could be in Ukrainian hands. Stashed away just in case. And that just in case might be right now, you know. Well, the Western Ukrainians, they hate the Russians for a good reason. They've been oppressed by the Russians for endless amount of years. They were the victim of Stalin's purges. What the hell is that up there? Oh, it's a truck. You know, Stalin murdered millions of them, drove them into Siberia, starved them to death. Then the Nazis came along and slaughtered them. Before the Nazis, you had the French doing it, you know, during Napoleon's time. So there's issues there, you know. Long memories. You gotta feel sorry for the ordinary people in these regions because they're the ones that suffer the most. There's always some asshole who wants to be in charge and have it all and everything else that has to ruin it for everybody.
Did you see any of his that speech about the Olympics there and this?
Who?
No, Obama.
Oh, not particularly.
I seen it. I just turned it off. I'm watching you.
I didn't bother with the Olympics. I don't give a shit about that stuff. But
Not the Olympics, but with his speech.
I got the highlights of it. Enough to seriously piss off the Russians, that's for sure.
Got a few minutes before I, had enough and change the channel.
Yeah.
It's a shame. We have all these Olympics, and all the great nations came together, and now this. It's what
Yeah.
you know.
The war started like the day after the Olympics ended. People forget that, the USSR died 22 years ago. For a while, Russia was a mess. But they've been rebuilding, improving, modernizing, strengthening. This is not their first military incursion in recent history. They did the same thing in Georgia.
Oh, with the oil, right?
Yes.
Just about to say, what was that all? How long did that last?
I forget, not long. Obviously, Georgia's not a big country, but, and now it's Ukraine, which is much bigger and much better armed. Larger population means a larger army. And this could turn into a serious bloodbath all around. Civil wars usually are.
flash the cop again this time. Which I didn't flash him last time.
You almost
Oh,
did.
God, you have no idea how close I came out. I was like... It was not good. Hey, and he followed me, too.
Oh, yeah. He smells fear. Romero didn't actually make another Walking Dead movie. Well, not Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead was 78, so it's almost 10 years later. And Day of the Dead,
Now,
that was 85.
Is that a sequel or is it just like another version?
Sequel, supposedly. It's supposed to have like picked up where the other one left off, except in the cities and the countryside. And when Dawn of the Dead starts, the situation is already ongoing. They haven't quite lost it yet, but it's already ongoing. You know, the shit's hitting the fan. So it's not like you see the start of it, you're just like walking into the middle of it. And Day of the Dead, of course, is when it's pretty much over. That has been on The Walking Dead with this saving the world crap. What world? You know, the population is massacred. They're gone, they're dead. You've got maybe a 10% survival rate, you know? What the fuck are you saving? You get every person together on Earth, you don't have enough people to populate Poughkeepsie, you know? Now, if he knows a way to turn the corpses off, that's different. But if that was the case, he could have done that from wherever they came from, you know? So it sounds like bullshit is what it is. Now, if they stopped transmitting on the DC end, do you know what that means?
No, the emergency network, emergency broadcast, right?
No, they were using, it was some kind of military operation. They were transmitting on military frequencies from a hardened facility somewhere in D.C. Maybe even the White House bunker, who knows?
I thought you said something now.
Remember he said that we were on with radio telephone, then nobody, all of a sudden nobody was picking up on the other end? Well, you know what happened. Somebody probably died in their sleep, woke up, got the other ones, infected them, and before you know it, shit started all over again. I don't know what the hell Rick and Carl and the samurai there are heading towards.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like it's another community of some sort, and that's a bad idea. Haven't they learned yet? Large numbers, bad idea. Sooner or later, someone kicks it, becomes a zombie, and they're right in your midst.
Or disease.
Yeah, that too, but more threat is the zombie thing. People die. You know, you don't have to have a zombie bite or be shot
Well,
or
they got
whatever.
you leaving hanging now. Who's going to meet up with who?
Yeah,
Yeah, where's Judith?
they're all over the countryside now.
Yeah, everybody's all spread out, you know? And then the extras from the prison you don't know about.
Well, so far we know Andrea's alive. Not Andrea, what the hell is her name?
Carol.
Carol's alive. The wife is alive.
Yeah, the
Glenn's
wife is alive, yeah.
The two girls are alive and the baby's
Yeah,
alive.
Yep.
And Trey, is that Trey's name?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
he's alive. So most of the regular cast is there. And of course the teenage daughter there.
And Daryl.
And Daryl. So you know they're all still alive, they're just scattered. You know, the core characters, I should say. So either they all meet up in the last episode or some shit like that, or we have to wait till next season to find out where that goes. Or they just keep them apart forever. Who the hell knows?
sit on the edge of your seat every night or every weekend.
Well, that's
you know?
the idea. They want you to keep watching.
You said you looked online. That's like the most watched thing.
I think it might be. It might be. I haven't particularly checked, but I heard that somewhere. And they're definitely coming back for next season.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
god, people shit if they take that off the air. Riding in.
Well, they're already giving away free cameo appearances and tickets to the premiere for next season 5, all that
Nice.
shit. So you know, it's not a secret that it's coming back.
I
with
see
season 5.
Hyundai's got the win this car again.
Yeah. Even though they're not using the Hyundai anymore.
Well, that was a mint green, whatever.
Yeah. I forget what they call it.
Yeah, they just showed it on the commercial. Win this car. I guess they're gonna. Why does this seem like a long winter?
Because it's very cold, very snowy, unusually cold. And it is a long winter. What the hell is that?
Loud, noisy belt.
It's your alternator all of a sudden under load.
Yeah, you hear that?
Yeah, your alternator was taking a load from something.
Huh.
All of a sudden, everything must have kicked. Oh, you got the rear defrosters on, or whatever that is glowing there. The headlights, all the other shit. I don't know.
How's the alternator good in this thing for?
Not very long. Honda never had a good alternator. We always used to sell a lot of them. We still do get calls for them.
I'll just get a new one.
Yeah, I would suggest that.
I'm not, yeah.
They're small, you know, but they're powerful, but they're not really that good for the long term.
It only just started doing this about a week ago. And only then, just very little bit here and there.
Well, it could be you have a weak belt, or it could be alternators going, or for some reason it's just taking a load from somewhere. I don't know where it would be, but it doesn't do it when you have the headlights on. It just do it when you're driving along in normal daylight.
Daylight too.
Okay. In daylight,
no, I think I'm noticing it more at night.
Yeah, because that's when you have more usage. You have your headlights on, all that shit. Your
I think.
heat on.
I mean, I think I heard it a couple times in the day, but I think mostly at night.
Yeah. And when it squeals like that, it's because you're putting it under load.
Never used to do that.
That's getting old. You got 79,740 miles on this car. I would have expected the alternator to last longer than that, but could be it's got a bearing going a little bit. Who the hell knows? I didn't notice any dimming of the headlights when it did it, so that it was pretty bright back there too.
Well, he does it every once in a while.
No, I wouldn't worry about it. It does it all the time. Or it just freezes up and snaps the belt. Winter's probably killing it too.
What's the alternator? About $100.
I really don't know. You know, I have no idea. This is 2004, so I don't know what they get. It's going to be a remanufactured, not brand new. Brand new will cost you a lot. You know, you'd have to go to Honda for that. They would shove it right up your ass. But
Yeah, they will.
yeah, but a reman shouldn't be that bad. You get that at the auto parts store, or whoever you have install it may get it for you. If you can take it to a garage, something like that. They're going to get their own from their own supplier. Those I would expect to be under 200, but I don't know for sure.
Can't imagine being much more than
Well, we'll just call Advanced and ask them.
for a repop. Yeah.
A lot of traffic on the road tonight. Considering the hour, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm sure Terry's out.
Passed out drunk? Yeah, probably is by now. But
What did she say she was up to tonight?
I didn't say anything.
Well,
Home, I
it's the weekend
suppose.
time to relax and party, you know?
I don't know what she's doing. Probably home, surfing for porn on the internet. I don't know.
Is that what she does?
All the time. She's posted of it many times in the videos.
Oh, that's right. She likes blowing things.
Not just that, she just likes looking at porn. I don't know. It's a mental illness. They have a word name for it and everything. People that do shit like that. I have no idea what they call it. But I warned her about it. I said, if you want to pick up a virus in your computer or a worm or anything else, you go looking for porn.
That's the fast way to get...
That is the fastest way, short of clicking on those links where they guarantee you $10 million from your Nigerian friend.
Yeah.
You know?
You're the 1 millionth customer.
Yeah. Click here for your free prize.
Yeah, and then the free prize is...
A virus in your computer.
Was that just somebody's idea of a joke?
No, they want your information. That's what it's for.
Oh.
That's no joke. They want to steal your information. They want to be you. They want your social. They want your tax records. They want anything they can get on you, so they can start opening bank accounts in your name and credit cards and everything else.
What's the penalty if they catch you for that?
Jail. And various types of fraud and everything else, and you go to jail for it. Problem is, a lot of it happens in foreign countries, not here. The internet is worldwide. So you could be sitting somewhere in a dingy back room of a Mogadishu bar somewhere, surfing the internet, stealing people's IDs. It's not just people surfing through garbage dumps looking for, letters, and bills, and whatever to get your shit, or taking it off your credit cards when you're not looking. It's right there on the internet. People can keep a lot of personal information in their computers. I never do. Anybody breaks into my computer, all they're going to find is just some old pictures of antique guns and fucking links to websites like eBay or whatever, and that's it. I don't even keep passwords on the damn computer. And as people do all their tax work on the computer and keep all their personal records there, and their whole life is in the damn thing.
It doesn't want to go around corners, I noticed.
What, the car?
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know why.
And I noticed not all the time. It just when I'm turning the wheel sometimes, or...
Well, you know what? Maybe it's not the alternator. Does this have power steering?
Yeah.
It could be the power steering.
Screaming like that?
What is this? The screaming you hear is the belt, more likely than not.
And it's sometimes when I hit a puddle.
Yeah, or it could be an idler pulley under there. There's a lot of things under there that could do in that. Because like I said, I don't remember seeing any of the light. The dash lights I don't think dimmed, did they?
No.
So it's not the alternator then. You could have an idler pulley that's a little wet or cold that's doing it. You could have a shitty belt, or just the tension of the power steering pump with thick fluid. When you go around a corner, you're putting more pressure on it because you're turning the wheel.
That's when I noticed it.
Yeah.
But even then, it doesn't do it all the time.
They're just gonna catch it right, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta wait for this shit to actually fail.
Well, but then
it's
the
not
other thing
obvious.
is, like, this doesn't happen, but maybe once every 10 days.
Then I would
just
really
started doing it, and even then, it's like...
Yeah, I would not worry about it till it gets more frequent. Then you'll be able to pinpoint it a lot easier. It's just letting you know that there's a problem in your future. It's not here yet, though. It'll start doing it more frequently until it's doing it all the time, and then it's just going to fail, whatever it is. But by then, you'll probably know exactly where the noise is coming from, and you can have it taken care of. On minivans that do that noise is almost always the idler pulley. There's a tensioner pulley there for the belt.
What models?
3.3s, 3.8s, Dodge Caravans, Voyagers. The older ones from like the 90s and early 2000s, they always did that shit.
So what do you do? Just put a new pulley on?
Yeah. Yeah, they're all sealed bearings and shit. There's nothing to grease. There's nothing you can do. You have to just replace it. Now, I don't know if this engine has something like that. It probably does.
Your Jamaican friend would probably know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Donald, he would know. He's in the middle of taking apart a 2004 Honda right now. The one we sold him with the bad transmission.
What makes a trainee go?
Just use, wear, it being a piece of crap in the first place. You know, that's what they do. And it being automatics, you know, sooner or later.
Never had a problem with the transmission in the Buick.
No, they didn't give that many problems. We rarely ever had, if ever. I don't remember ever actually having a call for one of those transmissions in one of those cars. Prius, Cadillac, none of them. It's like Crown Vics. We never sell Crown Vic. I don't care if it's from 92 on up. In the 80s, we sold Crown Vic trannies all the fucking time. But like starting in 92 and all the way up to present day, we don't get calls.
They worked all the bugs out of them?
I guess so. That's the only thing I can think of. I guess they did. Because we simply did not get calls for them. And we never really get those cars in with, I don't think we've ever had one come in with a bad transmission. There's always been something else. The head gasket's blue, it got really rusty or whatever, but never with a bad tranny.
So they stopped making them?
Yeah, it is. Because that was, the fleet car. And a good one, too.
They worked all the bugs out of them?
Pretty much. So, of course, it was time to get rid of it. So we can go with a car with a whole new crop of bugs to work out. But now a lot of police agencies are going to Impalas, which are front drive, or if they want rear drive, they're going to SUVs.
They were big cars, too.
Yeah. They lasted the full-size sedans. And they were comfortable. I didn't care that much for the engine, only because I never had a lot of luck with them. Others have had phenomenal luck with them, especially the taxi guys. But I know that they had head gasket issues like all the Fords did, and the fucking intake manifolds were bad on quite a few in the late 90s, early 2000s. That was the 4.6.
That was in the police car?
Yeah. Every single one of them made from 1992 to the last one. 4.6 liter V8. Overhead cam V8.
I think we're drunk
Or just elderly.
at 2 in the morning.
Oh, it's a gold Cavalier. Huh. I wonder.
That's a Cavalier?
No, it's not. It would be funny if it was, though. A lot of fucking traffic here. I'm amazed. There's some special event going on or whatever. I can't remember the last time we came to that light at this time of night and had anybody out there with us. Oh, Mikey tells me you're moving.
Yep.
Someplace in Mayapack near Terry.
Yeah, here you go. I wonder where she lives.
Well, Mike knows. He's been there.
Oh, doesn't he have any kind of like monitor or surveillance on that house?
Mike knows all about that too. Better rent?
Same.
Mike tells me you're going to be the handyman.
I got vacuuming and shoveling and a little bit of yard work.
That's not too bad.
And I said just put it on a calendar. That way, I know when to do it. And I can work around the schedule and it gets done. I said, I don't like guesswork, That's part of the agreement. So I said, not a problem. It's not like I'm not doing that here, you know.
Yeah.
The sister-in-law lost custody of the sister-in-law. The sister lost custody of the other kid. So I got the kid, and now I got both kids now. And it's basically hell on earth.
Oh
The
God.
last couple of weeks, and Penny has had it. She's ready to leave him.
Sounds like fun. How much shit do you have to move?
Not much.
Oh, you're lucky there.
Yeah, look at
There
that.
it is. Yep.
That's twice in one.
Yeah, that's definitely not the alternator. I was looking at the gauges that time; they didn't flicker.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not seeing
Yeah.
any of that.
That's not the alternator. That's power steering related.
I think it's a pulley.
Well, when you turn the corner, you're making the power steering work harder because you're turning. You know, it's got to work. So it's putting tension on either the pulley or the belt. I don't think it's the pump itself. That's not really a power steering pump sound. My guess it's going to be the belt is slipping, or it's that damn idler pulley in there getting a little shitty. Or it's just a cold doing it too. You know, if it keeps doing it in warm weather, then I'd worry a little bit more. It's been a tough winter on
That's the
mechanical
first.
things,
That's
huh?
the first time I heard it twice in one night.
Yeah. It did do it that time.
Again, it's
Yep.
you know, it's that's the most I've seen in one. It's like that close to each other.
Yeah.
Well, I should be around next week. I'll call.
All right, Scott.
And as always, as usual, hopefully Terry will get a job. And
Good luck with that. Yeah, I keep telling her you're going to be crushed pretty soon because here you are waiting to hear the next how I got fired story, how Terry got fired, and you know, there's none. I said first you got to get a job so you can get fired from it, because otherwise, how the hell is he going to have a good story? Now, come on now, you got to get employed so you can get fired. You got that what was it, 90-minute record to beat? You know.
what did she say?
Shut up! That's not nice. Why you say that? How come he wants to hear that? It's because it's hilarious. Why do you think? It's funny. That's why he wants to hear it. It's always amusing when we hear your stories about, you know, how you got fired and all that shit. All right, Scott. Let's put this